Welcome. Uh, I can hear feedback. This is the world of monthly marketing world. We're doing search, social, and websites recap with AI, and super excited this week. So I'm Pip, Seymour Digital Media, and we didn't say who was going to go next. So Rena, who are you?
I'm Rena Little from Little List Indie Media.
Pass it to
And
Greg.
I'm Phelan, work with Pip at Seymour Digital Media.
And I am Greg McKinnon with Original 72 Creative. And I like always going last.
Oh,
I like being bottom of the barrel
is it the bottom? It could be the top if you turned it
in
upside down.
in every sense.
Well, and that's why you're the website guy because I think
Because
that's what we
websites
should.
are the bottom of the barrel.
Well, they're the top and the bottom. They're where you start, begin, and
Bottom
end.
bottom of the funnel,
On with the fun.
where everything starts.
Yeah,
Maybe?
right.
I don't
Well, the funnel's changed to an hourglass, my friend. But let's get into it. Search, social, and websites. We're bringing you the news today. Greg, you
know.
take it away because you're all passionate about what's going on with the WordPress people. Explain.
We'll try not to be too time hoggy on this because I know it's like a big thing right now in the WordPress community, and I know everybody else has some things. So let's get this out of the way. Yeah, recently at the keynote of WordCamp I think it was in Portland, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Matt Mullenweg sort of called out company WP Engine,
And why
uh,
does that matter?
calling them a cancer to WordPress, the open source project, because of their leeching off of it and making money and not contributing back to the core enough to the core project. Open source, everybody typically contributes, and he has this. I forget what he's calling it, five for something. So it's 5% you should give back to the open source project itself. So there's been so much drama come out since this has happened. WP Engine is a big player in managed WordPress hosting. They're the people behind ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, which is a really, really widely used plugin to create more custom fields and why is my brain farting right now?
Menopause.
A bunch. It's oh yeah, I can't think of the term for it. Anyways, post types, creating new post types, like pages are a post type, posts are a post type. With ACF, you can create additional post types, like if you wanted to build a team page, or if you wanted to, like e-commerce, there's like the store, there's a product post type, and so it's a program that you can create additional post types to build and manipulate data in the system. So they're a company behind that. So since this has happened, they've come out and sent a cease and desist letter to Matt Mullenweg, Automatic, and WordPress.org. Um, and then in the last couple of days as well, Automatic themselves have sent a cease and desist to WP Engine as well. So there's lots of drama going back and forth, and everybody's trying to figure out like what the actual picture is. But from what I can tell with everything that's been going on is that it all stems from copyright infringement on the words WP of WP Engine. and Automatic, or the WordPress community, Matt Mellowig specifically, um, feeling like they're capitalizing on the the fact that WP is in their name, and people are thinking they are WordPress engine. Um, and I believe they were trying to, behind the scenes before this keynote, he was trying to, get them to pay money, for, because he was saying this was copyright and things like that, which they didn't. And then he came out in that keynote and started, talking about them, and that's how everything sort of started. So
So the main question is, how will this affect the users? And will it affect the users, or is that anything, or is it just WordPress kind of gossip stuff?
well, it's affecting, WP Engine, uh, as they say it's affecting them. That customers are actually either not, um, signing up with WP Engine, or leaving, for other services after what he said. As far as everybody in the community, I don't think anything changes. Like WordPress, like we all know, it's open source. The
Mm.
project's not going to go away. People can still take it. You can still build sites on it. This is sort of going to be a behind the scenes battle between the two of them. But what I potentially see as a problem is ACF is such a widely used plugin, and WP Engine did that plugin that so many people use. There's a possibility that maybe they would, pull the plugin, maybe, or not make it accessible anymore. Potentially, I don't know, but that would be the only thing that might impact daily users, is if they decide, well, we're gonna, kind of screw over the whole community, and, you know take take that plugin away, or not provide, updates potentially. Other than that, I don't know if I see any impact on the
Mm.
WordPress
Uh,
community itself.
well, I see a bit like it potentially having a huge impact on if they're getting sued over, um, they're getting sued over trademark, not copyright, which is like it's a
Trademark,
weird
yeah,
little distinction. But trademark, because there's like actually like more, you could be way more judicious about what you can do with it. Like you really go after people.
yeah,
Um, and so trademarks are, so if they go after people for trademarking WP, like that might have ripple effects of like how many plugins have WP in their name, how many themes have WP in their name. Like it might have some more wide-reaching effects.
Isn't it
yeah.
like
That
Starbucks trying to call the Americano theirs, and brand, like they tried to do that. So I don't think two
uh,
letters you can do that.
yeah, well, that's what but that's, what the court case, like that's a potential fallout from the court case, is that whenever the precedent gets set, that do Automatic and WordPress .org have the ability to go after you for using their trademark, if they feel like you're not contributing enough back to the community. Like what are those, how is that going to shake out for everyone else? Because WP Engine might be the most egregious one, with being like their private equity company that owns them, and they might be the worst offender for not giving back to the community. But like, who says how much you have to give back?
Yeah,
So I think,
and you don't have to.
yeah,
Like, anybody could take WordPress, use it, bundle it, change it, sell it, whatever they like. It's all part of the, GPL. But, I like we've been saying, I think it's more about the trademark of the name WP Engine, and people, I guess, Matt Mullenweg and Automatic are, thinking people think WP Engine is WordPress engine, like they are the people that like run WordPress, or that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's probably what everything stems from, and what the battle is going to be over.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting, especially as there's like, because open source has got a lot of communities like that. Like Shopify, you have to spend 5% of your time if you're a developer at Shopify working on Ruby, because that powers the whole thing. And so they actually do give back. Like they have it explicitly that they want you to go and give back to the Ruby community to fix bugs and stuff like that. So it's not uncommon for big companies to be doing stuff like that, because it does run that, even if it is open source, the technology that they're using. But it's like understanding that balance between having open source tools and who's actually going to maintain it, right? Like if there's bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Because it's a community thing, is it not? If it's open source.
Yeah, generally. And also companies do open source their technology, like Facebook open source React, so that the reason why they do it is because it's free training for them. They don't have to train you on their own code and platform. You already know it because you worked out on your own project, and then they don't have to. It speeds up like your onboarding time.
Interesting. And I mean, so I mean, the WordPress situation is an interesting topic. It's not the best topic because, do the general public care, or do people that have websites care? I guess so, because these two are all on about it. And Rodney posted something in the Facebook group as well, about it today. Greg, I don't know if you saw that.
I did see it, and that I mean that is a big thing that WP Engine has been denied services through WordPress.org, which I'm
Oh,
not fully sure what kind of an impact that is, whether or not that would affect themes or plugins that they are managing on WordPress.org, like ACF or any other themes.
oh
So
wow.
they potentially don't have access now to either put anything new up or update anything that's currently available there. Don't quote me on anything. I don't
Yeah.
exactly know what implications are of the deny of service on
And
WP.
but it sounds like you and Phelan, and probably even Rena, are paying close attention to this, so I can just depend on you guys for updates. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's gonna.
trying to. I'm more into it for like this is fun drama. I want
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Greg's
what's going on
soap
here.
opera.
yeah. This is
Oh,
just like a big legal drama for like the average person who uses stuff. Like I don't see it really going to affect day-to-day like people who use WordPress. I think if it does, it'll be years down the road, because this is going to get tied up in courts for a while before
mm.
anything concrete that would affect everyone else is going to take place. This is more just drama.
But
So
like
if you're
like you
looking
just
for a new
said, this
profession,
this article of WP Engine being denied service from WP.org, that actually might have implications for like immediately with people who do have WP Engine as their provider and or plugins or themes from them. There may be something um, where they could be at risk if things aren't getting updated potentially. But it wouldn't.
Yeah,
But it would only pertain to WP Engine people.
yeah, as well. Like I would suspect that the biggest effect is going to be on like reporting bugs and stuff like that. That's the biggest part of like .org for day-to-day like usage, is like, hey, I've got a bug, can you help me with this? And then they can say yes, no. But they have their own big website, so if you had WP Engine, you'd probably just log into that portal to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not going to be. It's more just like the drama than it is like any material effect on most people. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
also, I should say Flywheel is also implicated in that, because they own Flywheel as well. So if you're hosted with them,
oh, okay,
yeah,
that's interesting. So this is a lot and something to pay attention to. So we'll keep hearing about the drama of WordPress.org, WordPress.com, and Matt, who
Mullenweg,
Mullowig, who is the owner of
He's the
Automatic.
CEO
Automatic.
of Automatic.
Yeah, and if you heard Greg and I's conversation a few weeks back, we talked all about Automatic and stuff. You can find it on YouTube or in the Facebook group in the media file. we're gonna move on because you guys got your 15 minutes of fun and drama. It sounds like a telenovela.
That's like the most we've ever spent on web.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
no,
it's
no,
big news.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
I tried to
Okay,
stop.
right. So Rena, let's take it to you. What do we got for some social stuff? What's going on in the world of all social? Good
Well,
luck.
there's well, actually, the big piece of news that I have isn't totally directed to, well, it's a segue onto, yes, it's social and it's also websites and it's also drama. So there's a
Mhm.
business
Ooh.
owner who is being sued over TikTok Pixel, which is pixels are the TikTok pixel in this case, and pixel in general can be considered trap and trace software, and that is against the California privacy policy. And what I think a lot of small business owners in particular don't realize is that you need to organize your pixels and what you're doing on your website to adhere to the laws of the places where people are viewing, not where you're located. And that's a big issue. That came up a number of years ago when the European privacy laws came up, and then people were putting up new plugins onto their WordPress site. But we also have to make sure that we're adhering to California's laws, which are pretty intense. So that means you need to filter out those IP addresses that are organized by location in your accept uh, software, plugin software. And if you don't have one of those on your site, then you probably should consider getting that in, because it's a very expensive. What did I read here? A very expensive fees with no, and it can be a percentage of your sales, a percentage of your sales, and it has no limits. So it is a big fine. Now, whether or not they can go after you in other countries, I suppose they probably could if they have that. Um, if they have, I understand that it's hard to do, to take people to I can't. I'm having problems figuring out my words um, with the doggy. Um, let's see. So basically, I understand it's hard to do legal stuff across borders, but not all borders is it difficult, and particularly between Canada and the US, it's probably a lot easier for the government to come after you. So I would be aware of that. Um,
This is a big deal.
yeah,
Like,
has anybody here organized their sites for
no, but
the act?
there there is something you can do in
Yeah.
Google Analytics. Sorry about the dog.
Oh,
She's barking at the neighbor. Um, I will Bumble, stop. But in sorry, she made me lose my train of thought too. On Google Analytics, you can turn off collecting data
we know
from
what we
other
should do
countries.
is we should have another talk about that. People through how to do that.
Yeah, we should. It's super easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're right in the middle of doing it for one of our bigger clients
Yeah.
because they're required to by their parent company, and
Yeah.
so we're in the middle of reconfirming. It's also if you're Canadian, Quebec has very similar to the California law, and so that's
Yeah,
one other thing to keep in
Yes.
mind.
we don't deal with liquor sales in our business or liquor clients because of Quebec. Actually, because you can't do merchant center across Canada for booze or anything like that. So it's quite
Unless you have
interesting.
the permit, because you have like even if you get a national permit, the national permit doesn't count for Quebec
Mm.
because you have
Right.
to get a Quebec specific permit because they're not technically signed on. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that
I
rabbit hole,
don't know
but
how the states would do it with each state, right? I guess California is the only one with all the rules.
yeah,
California has strict rules. The rest of
Mm.
them, I don't know if
yeah.
they have separate rules from what's federal, but California is very strict. Always has been
So
on time.
when I got into marketing, the one thing I really didn't realize was how politically charged it can be, because our marketing now has, like, it's our search, our social, our websites, AI, like it is all of it. And there's huge implications right now. Like, it's pretty hot in the world of marketing with what's going on with all the changes in AI, with political elections, with like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's hammering down out there. Are you guys doing? We don't put political content in our Facebook group, but I mean, it does affect what's going on in marketing a lot, right?
Sure does. It sure does. And can I segue into my next social thing? Because I think this is also interesting before I move on. There are, where am I here? Oh, yes. So YouTube has set up this really neat thing. So in the olden days, you get a notification that your video was, where is it here? The video is flagged for all sorts of things. And you have an opportunity now, once your video is flagged, to actually make edits to the video. So if you have a violation on the copyright or anything like that, you can go in afterwards and fix it now. So that's a good thing
That's
moving forward.
nice.
Yeah, I thought people would appreciate knowing that. And then the other thing is that there is um, um, sorry, YouTube clips and TikTok clips that are a little bit longer are starting to actually do better. So YouTube clips over 30 seconds in length are up 40% in viewership, and on TikTok, the trend is moving towards even longer uploads with clips between 1 and 2 minutes also on the rise. So we are moving. It's really hilarious. Once YouTube followed the short and everything was super short, and now everyone's going a little bit longer. And so I'm going to be swiping through my videos on TikTok on my for you page a lot faster because I like the short ones, quite frankly.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's interesting. I do like the little clips of things that'll make me dig into other research or things like that. And because Canada didn't agree to Facebook stuff, we don't get news on Facebook. And I always use that as a diving off point to read more. So now I
Mhm.
gotta go listen to CBC or something. God. Right. Um, is there any other social news? Facebook, Instagram?
Yes.
Did we
So off of that, actually, because we're on YouTube, that they did a big release because they had made in YouTube conference, and so they released a bunch of stuff. So they're more integrating. What was it called? Dream Screen. If you guys remember that auto-generated backgrounds, uh, and it does like dream state stuff. Anyway, it's supposed to enable you to have that for your backgrounds. Also doing auto dubbing, so it'll dub your videos into various languages. Uh,
Can we go see that? I would really like to hear myself in. Is it my voice still, or is it just dubbed? Like in somebody else's
that
voice?
I imagine it's whatever the person's voice that they have. They have some AI that's doing it.
I
Um,
would have liked to have
but
heard my own voice speaking some other language.
Hmm.
well, yeah,
I yeah,
I don't think you're gonna notice that much of a difference if it's you or an AI that's talking in Tagalog.
no, but I'd
Uh,
feel really confident in my skills if I could hear it. I feel like I'd practice more maybe. Oh, that might be a new way to learn language. No.
possible. And so yeah, there's other content creator tools of like being able to hype videos, being able to
Hype
uh
videos? Did we just say being
so
able to hype videos?
so basically you have like leaderboards and visibilities and seeing whose video got up, and like you have like a rankings across all videos on YouTube. I don't know what that's going to look like, but that's what they said that they're going to be doing. So there's
Mhm.
yeah, a bunch of new tools for SEO
Usually
for
when there's
YouTubers.
yeah, when there's a rollout of like a conference, we'll see weeks later the implementation of some new things, which is really exciting. I want to go kind of drill into that conference. And then you'll get people that'll do the videos of what all the things are so you can learn in a more intuitive way. So that sounds cool. Have I got to go find that? Can you find the link to the conference?
Yeah, it's linked in our meeting notes for
Oh,
this.
is it? Awesome. We'll share that after. And is
Yeah.
there any search news? Oh, look, we might have more time to talk about WordPress.
Oh no, well we've got because we have so I want to tackle Google Ads. That's a big one because they've released out a bunch of changes and updates to reporting for Performance Max, which if
Oh,
anyone's
yeah.
used a Performance Max campaign knows that it desperately needed some more like
Reporting.
information, so we could tell clients how well or how badly it's doing and where it's going. So it has now placements So they do a thing now where if you go in and it's called report editor, and you can create your own reports inside of Google Ads, and so you can do
It's super
placements.
cool.
Yeah, it's definitely very helpful because you could see like what websites your Performance Max campaigns are showing up on.
I listened to
Uh,
phone calls. I listened to phone calls. Can I
yeah,
just
the
like that was the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced inside Google Ads, like listening to your clients' phone calls. Um,
yeah.
so
So
and
that
that was only with PMax, yeah?
as far as we know,
Yeah.
we don't know if that's going to get rolled out to everything else. If you could hear every phone call, we need to go verify what enables you to do the call recording because it didn't happen for all of our clients. It just happened for the one.
Mm,
Um, but that's definitely something that's come out. You can also break down per asset group, which they weren't able to do until this last release. So you can have like a campaign and it has a bunch of asset groups, but you can't actually break down which asset group did well by whatever.
mm. Who doesn't love Google Ads? Anything else?
Uh, that was the big one for the Google Ads. When it comes to research, there was a release to the crawler guidelines and how it handles AI data, how it handles.
Mm,
So it's like guidelines on how it actually their crawler scans the web and what it looks for. And
mm.
so it's very technical, very boring and dry. But yeah, a lot of it was having to do with new AI content that's out there was kind of the big headline.
Which is AI, the AI content. So I have a tool to give everybody at the end of this that I found. Is it a smart decision to give it all to
Mm.
my marketing friends? Uh, yes. But I found this thing called napkin.ai from somebody on YouTube. And it's so cool and it's free and it can do little graphs of your say your blog. So you copy your blog and then it'll make you a little like image that you could maybe download and upload to Canva or something like that. But I thought it was really cool. The AI stuff is well, it's been insane right now. More and more people are using it, but there's a lot of different things happening in there. There's video AI now. Have you guys tried that? Anybody? Anybody?
I've
Yeah.
used some video, uh, but there's AI to create videos, but not like real live videos like
No,
people
yeah,
and
I don't think they could do that. That those are deep fakes or something that we're not part of yet. Right? People copy people's content all the time. I mean, so here's the thing. If you're a good marketer, you can know how to copy people's content. Like and I mean copy it for your clients to use it on a different platform for them. Right? If you're a bad marketer, you're stealing people's content and doing that, right? I think to well then you're not even a marketer. So, but other stuff in AI, is there anything else like that you guys are hearing or seeing or using? I'm
Uh,
in there every day now, which is crazy.
So there's been a big announcement that happened this week on an earnings call for Oracle, where Larry Ellison, the owner of Oracle, said that he was going to uh, he's partnering with NVIDIA to house and process all the data for AI. So Oracle
Mm.
is the old school database. Like they're a company that got founded in the mid '70s, and they're like the first like enterprise database company. And so they've been around forever and a day.
Hear that?
Um,
That was Greg's old school phone. It's
mhm.
attached to a wall, I think.
but people don't have office lines anymore.
I don't know. Work phone. I was a sales rep. My phone was the office. I could call the office. Yeah.
You could call me old school. I'm an old school soul, I guess.
Old school, new school, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Is there, yeah, so it sounds like there was a lot going on in every field this month. Yeah.
Yeah. The AI. There's also Elon Musk started a data processing center in Memphis, Tennessee.
It's pretty bad.
Um, yeah,
I
it's
will
pretty
say
bad.
about AI is I wish I had a lot more time available to dive into it more.
Mm,
I just being so busy, it's just really hard to um, focus and figure out everything that's happening in the AI world.
I was actually thinking about your space with the AI yesterday and like the web space. It's a little bit different, right? Because I mean, it does change, but I think it's more the content and the written content that's being really affected by AI, and I think images starting to. Although I haven't seen images that I can't tell are AI. I'm sure you all feel the same, but like the video was pretty interesting and new. So yeah, I down the pike we'll see what happens, but I know web traffic's been really affected, and if we watch our own behavior, I mean, I hear Poe, ChatGPT, Perplexity are all places people are going. And I think last month was the first month that Google actually lost traffic. And there's some arguments about the search engines and what they're doing, like what's showing up for people right now. So there's a lot of volatility there. So check your stats, right? Because and yeah, I think it's so interesting, inspiring, and scary all at the same time. So I don't know. We are out of time though by 1 minute. And what's happening next week? Do we know? I think I do. Oh my gosh. Who is on next week? I know y'all know because you probably already met about it.
It
We
looks like it's Rena and Phelan talking about zero inbox zero and
Ooh.
Yes.
marketing power tools.
So this is the
My
business of
Here's
marketing.
the reason why I chose this topic is because how many of us in marketers are actually signed up to all sorts of other people's newsletters and marketing things so that we can actually keep an eye on what's interesting and what other people are doing and how does that clutter our inboxes
Right?
and
And
make it making.
who doesn't? I don't, sometimes if I clean my inbox, I feel so much better. Like with
Yeah,
like maybe 20 because I you leave things in there because you don't want to miss them and then yeah, well, we all know. So that's the business of marketing end of things. And we will see you all next week. Super excited. Okay.
have a great week.